What do you do when you're not doing band activities? I already know the answer to this.
That is a very hard question.
Oh my God.
Well, I play the drums, but like that's not band activities. That's just activities, right?
I think they were asking like
when I'm not playing the drums?
Like when we're not doing band stuff together, like what are you doing?
I'm playing the drums.
Yeah.
That's all I do. I don't do anything else.
It's like the SpongeBob episode.
I don't think I've seen that episode.
Yeah, it's when like Squidward's cousin, like the fancy dude, like
yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he like goes to the Krusty Krab, and SpongeBob has to be like the fancy waiter, and SpongeBob forgets everything except fine dining and breathing, and then Squilliam's like, "Oh, this is amazing. What's your name?" And then it's like all the little SpongeBobs in his brain are like running around like, "What's his name? What's it?" They're like tearing apart like file cabinets, like and then he has a meltdown, and because he forgot everything that wasn't
fine dining and breathing. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
So is that just you? It's like you forget everything that's not, except for playing drums and breathing.
Yeah, sometimes I forget breathing too, but body reminds me quick.
Wow, I think you have sleep apnea.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
What do you do?
Like I don't spend that time playing guitar. Like I don't play guitar the same amount of time that you play drums. Mm-hmm. But pretty much all my disposable time is spent like trying to do band related things. And that might be, what would be a cool song title for us to write from? Or what would be a cool place to do a music video, or where would we play a show? Or what song would we open with? So it's that, or it's like, let me learn this skill that I can apply to band stuff. So it might, like, for instance, like videography, right? If we're going to record this podcast, so it's like things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that question is a little different for you because your band stuff is kind of here, so.
Yeah. Like I basically come home from work and then I'm just in this room.
Me too. Not this room, but my room. So I understand that.
Yeah, no, dude, it's hard. Neither one of us really have like an off button,
No. Because that's stupid.
I don't really want one.
I sometimes do.
I think my mom wants me to have one. Okay, maybe I want one, but I'm scared that if I had one,
you would abuse it.
Not even that I would abuse it, just that I would use it, and then somebody else would write the song that we wish we wrote, or make the video that we wish we did, or play the show that we wish we did. And then I'm going to look at that and go, oh crap, see, this is why I shouldn't use the off button.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
No, I agree. I mean, like, I feel the same quite a bit. I just sometimes wish I do, because I would sit there, I'd try to play a game, but I was like, oh, I gotta go do something music related.
No, you were telling me about that. You were like trying to take a day off.
Yes, dude. Oh my God, I couldn't.
Then,
I couldn't.
You talk about playing drums like an addict, but not even in like the way that addicts are having fun. In the way of like, I tried to take a day off, and I don't know what happened. Like 3 hours later, I'm at the kit. I'm just at the kit. I'm like, why?
I mean, honestly, it kind of is like that, because there would be times where like my hands would be fucking like hurting because I'm playing too much, and then I'm just like, well, I have to stop. It would be better for me if I stopped, but I don't. And if not that, then I'm like doing other shit on the kit where I'm like doing some like leg exercises or some shit, but no, like I can't really stop. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to have like an abnormal result, like being in a successful band is abnormal.
Yeah,
right?
No, I suppose so.
Like if it were normal, it wouldn't be special.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is special, it means it's not normal. And if it's not normal, then I feel like we have to be not normal.
Autism.
Yes.
Autism.
Autism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Autism is a superpower.
It really is. Yeah. Oh, that's spectacular. Do you know what your RAD score is?
No.
You ever taken the RADs?
No, I'm not. It'd probably be very high. I don't know. Well, I don't know how the test works. High means autistic.
Yeah, there's like a threshold of I think it might be 60 is the score where you could be considered like you start to present like qualities that autistic people also present, or I don't know what the verbiage is on that, but that's like, I think that's your threshold of, okay, maybe. And then the average score for people with autism is 130. I have 135.
You're 135?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess in that way I am normal.
Hell yeah.
I'm normal to the people that aren't normies, you know?
Well, look at you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I had to be
fitting
normal
in somewhere.
I had to be normal at being autistic.
Hell yeah.
So my younger brother was telling me a lot about it. So it's like, I guess it's comorbid with ADHD, which meaning that if you have ADHD or you have autism, you're more likely to have both of them than you are to only have one. So like, if it's like, oh, well, I'm not autistic, but I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was a kid. It's like, okay, well, then you're more likely to also be autistic than to not.
Wow.
And then same thing with like, if you got diagnosed with, I think it's ASD, is what's called. It's like autism spectrum disorder. I think that's, I don't remember. I guess they've changed the name a few times, but I think it's ASD. So if you're diagnosed with that, you're more likely to also have ADHD than to not have it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So, ultra autistic. Autism squared, pretty much.
I think it's like neurodivergent squared.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, no, it actually is kind of cool. The funny thing is though, is like, I think we're both. I mean, I definitely have ADHD, and you're. See, but what people don't really think about a lot, you just think of like doing the spazzy, you're bouncing off the walls. But then you also have the reverse where you like hyperfixate on like one thing.
Yeah. No.
So for me, that's like band stuff. And I think for you, that's just drums.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
So go figure. That's what we spend our disposable time on. But oh man. Yeah. Thanks, Anna, for that question.
That was Anna's question?
That was Anna's question. Yeah.
Hell yeah. What even was the question? I don't remember. It was asking if we had autism. I don't remember the question.
It was how we spend our time when we're not doing band stuff.
Thank you, Anna. Anyways.
What happened to the other band members? You know, it really sucks having that much change that quickly, I think.
It was a lot of change, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of change. It was really, really fast. When they had joined, what we were doing at the time totally fit what they were wanting to do. And that was awesome. Mm-hmm. And then kind of both of those things changed, right? So we started doing stuff that was different from what they wanted to do. And then also what they wanted to do kind of changed. And I'm excited that moving forward, that you and I also have the space to bring on some people that are kind of just as crazy as we are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, high bar.
Yeah, we're kind of psycho.
We are a little psycho. But, oh my gosh. Like, when I think about that, I'm like, that's going to be insane. Oh, man. But, dude, I'm pumped. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah. I'm really, really excited. Yeah. Especially to get these songs out, too. Oh, my God.
Yes, dude. Fucking finally.
Oh, man. It's been a long time coming. But April 9th, it's possible that I guess it is possible by the time this is out that those songs will be out.
Really?
It could be.
Wow.
About a week, you know. I guess it just depends on how long it takes me to edit.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, oh my God, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool as fuck. Yeah.
Okay, so Abigail asks, what's the story behind the name Top Line Addicts?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that one. So top line is like your vocal melody, like when you're writing a song. So there might be songwriters that just write top line. They just write what Justin Bieber's going to sing when he goes in the studio. And there are songwriters that maybe they create the beat or they write the lyrics or whatever. But basically, like that's like the hook, right? That's like the top line writers. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of people that do all of it, right? But that's just kind of like another name for like vocal melody. So whenever I would write a song, I would just word vomit some crap, like lyrics that didn't make any sense, until I found a lyric or until I found a melody that I liked. And then I would just get so excited. And it actually was like kind of like a physical, like high almost. It's really weird.
No, I mean, it makes complete sense. You wrote something that's cool. Yeah. Or in your head, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you think it's cool because some of our stuff I cringe at, you know. So I'm glad you think it's cool, you know. But so I would like do that. And instead of wanting to go kind of shade in the song, right? Instead of wanting to go in and write the actual words and give it a meaning and be all like artsy with it, I would just want to move on and do it again because I wanted to have that feeling again. Mm-hmm. So literally, like I'm chasing this high of, oh, it's really cool. Look what I came up with. So it was, you know, that's where it came from, was this joke about me being like a really bad lyric writer. And I did start writing that as a lyric in a song, and then I ended up throwing the song away.
What lyric?
Like Top Line Addict was a lyric in a song.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And I was like, this song kind of blows, but like that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna have our name in it, then it's got to be a good song.
Well, but that's sort of my point. Is like I wrote that as like a lyric for that song before I named the band that.
Oh, whoa, cool.
So I just like pulled that out and then got rid of the song. And was like, all right, I like that. That works for me.
Wow.
But yeah.
No, cool. Yeah, no, I thought for sure it was just because drug addicts. I mean, it just makes sense, you know? The best kind of addicts.
The best, I mean, is it the best kind?
Top line.
It's like top shelf. Oh, okay. So it's like top shelf cocaine. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like your version better. It sounds.
I do too. I think that's a lot less nerdy.
Jim's like, yeah, you fucking nerd. Oh my God. All right, let's see what else we got here. Ooh, what inspired you to write Loretta? So Loretta was kind of 4 different songs originally. It started out it started out in the riff graveyard. So there's this electric guitar part in the verse that's doing this like arpeggiated thing where it's just kind of picking through all of these little notes, right? And that was like the first thing that I had written that ended up on the song. There's a Foo Fighters song called These Days. And the start of that is like da 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 da. So I was like, I want one that has something like that in there. So I just came up with that arpeggiated thing. And then I didn't really know what to do with it. And then separately, I had the other guitar sort of motif. Dun, 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 dun. And then, I was like, well, that's a different song, you know? And then I had another part that was like the acoustic, Here Comes the Sun kind of bit. And I was like, that's another song. So I had those 3 different guitar parts, and I was going for a walk when it was while I was in the Army. I remember I was at Fort Hood, and I was just going for a walk, and had like a really crappy day. And then the first line of the song popped into my head, which is weird because I've never started lyrics with a verse lyric. It's always been like I've figured out the chorus first, and then written the verses afterwards. So I wrote the verse part. Like I was just going for a walk, and it was just well, you think I know you better than that. So it was like that first kind of line of the song popped in. And as I started kind of figuring out how do I want to go in on it, how am I going to kind of arrange the song, what's the vibe, because I had like the riff graveyard of here's all these sort of half-finished ideas, or I don't really know where to take this. I just imagined, okay, what if they all had to be on the same song? What would that sound like? So it was instead of trying to look at it like I was before, this doesn't fit with this, so these must be 2 separate songs. I kind of took the opposite, where I was like, I'm going to assume that these work together. Cool. And let me figure out how they work together versus just whether or not they do.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty dope shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of the how the actual, like, the music came up. But at the time I was going through a lot of shit, like whether I had like a breakup kind of that I was hung up on at the time. And I felt really dissatisfied with, being in the military, and I had so many things that were kind of felt like they were crashing down. And I was really, really depressed. So I wrote the lyrics almost as like this love song, but it was like being in love with happiness, with like getting there. Do you listen to John Mayer, or not really?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So he has a song called In Repair. And kind of, I think like towards the end of the song, the lyric is, I'm in repair, I'm not together, but I'm getting there. And I was like, that's kind of like the sentiment of the song that I want to write. It's optimistic, but it's like, it's still sad. Like, it's not like we made it. It's like, we're going to, but today still sucks.
Yeah.
So that was sort of the vibe of that. But I wanted it to be like this love song, like an old, like an old Beatles song or something. But not actually be about a person. So that was maybe the how that landed there. And then the rest of it is actually really not interesting, where I'm just like, what rhymes? Like,
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, that was the inspiration for that song. It was really cool. Great question. Will there be more songs like Dance With Me made by you guys? Especially vibe/style wise, because the song's amazing. Also can't wait for your new song to be out. So thank you. We're also very excited. So I've got a lot of thoughts about this, but
I mean, honestly, I'd prefer not to, because I don't know. I like Dance With Me a lot. I think it's a great song, but it's not my favorite. I wouldn't really want to write another one like that, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm not saying that at all, but I wouldn't go out of my way to.
Yeah. So, like, I kind of read that as like, I kind of look at that like they want another song that makes them feel the same way that Dance With Me does. Not necessarily that they want like a clone of that song. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of like my guess.
Yeah, no, yeah. I kind of figured it was like that, but I don't know. Dance With Me is just a little poppy for me. I don't know. I know we're a pop band, but like, I
suppose there's a little bit less to do on the drums, And not that that's the only thing that you care about. It's just what are you playing? But
No, I think it's very fun on
Yeah,
the drums.
yeah.
I don't have any problem with what I'm playing on the drums.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something about it. It's very popular. I don't know. It's just a little more upbeat than what I'm used to listening to.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Like I have a really hard time writing songs that are really like just like authentically upbeat and like happy. I don't know. Like every time I write something that's really happy, I kind of want to just like rub some dirt in it and light it on fire and all this other crap. Like it's so, and maybe maybe we're in therapy right now, because maybe I don't think that you can actually be like completely happy, you know? So maybe I'm looking at that like this isn't a real emotion where you can just be experiencing 100% joy. So I need to make it, I need to pull it back. I need to add in some like, I need to make it a little bloodier. I don't know. I mean, it could kind of be that, because even Dance With Me, is like happy as that sounds, it's also a song about like me chickening out and going home by myself. You know? So it's like the whole song's like, I'm kind of a loser. Like,
Yeah.
So even as happy as that is, that's still sort of the whole point of the song. I didn't really like the lyrical sort of storytelling of that, where I'm like, this happened, and then this happened, and then this. Like, it was so kind of paint by numbers, but I was also literally, I was drunk when I wrote the song.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then
it was.
apparently, you know. And that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Like, I spent no time on that song, and then I sent it to my buddy, and he's like, well, you know, this is going to be more popular than Sweet Things. And I'm like, no, Sweet Things, I worked so hard on that one. He's like, no, Dance With Me is going to be a bigger song. I'm like, and of course, we look at it now like it's totally obvious. But at the time, like, you really don't know. I think you know which one. I think you know if a song's good, but I don't think you know, like, we know to a point where we're like, we want to release this or we don't. But I think beyond that, it's pretty hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like, what's like gonna do really well on streaming or something. So
I don't know. I mean, double 5. I feel like that one's gonna do pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. I
feel like we know a little bit.
Yeah, we go like a little. Yeah. I mean, I'm also like, it still feels weird for me to be like, this is gonna do this much, because I also, maybe it's just because I don't want to be wrong, you know?
Yeah, that would be a bummer.
Where I'm like, that'd be so funny. We look at this in a year, it's like, wow, you thought the Double 5 was gonna be a big song? What's wrong with you? Like, you know, I don't want that to, like, maybe that's like the horror story in my head, is like, oh no, this is gonna get clipped a year later. And
you're like,
look how wrong I was, dude. Yeah, this song sucked. Like, but I don't know.
Maybe.
So maybe it's like I'm trying to play it safe a little bit, where I'm like, oh, I don't know. Just that when it happens, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But no, I think Double 5's gonna do pretty good.
Yeah, I hope it does.
Yeah, that would be a bummer if it doesn't.
Yeah, it would. I mean, it's probably my favorite song of ours.
Yeah, it's my favorite song as well.
Yeah. It's so much fun to. I mean, it's fun to play. It's fun to listen to. It was fun to record. Maybe a little less fun for you to record.
No, it was fun. It was hard, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fun song to play. So.
Oh my God, yeah.
Very excited to start playing shows.
Yeah.
With that.
Dude, that's gonna be.
If we're ever gonna do that.
What do you mean? Oh my! Get out of here with that shit. Fuck you.
It's been over a year, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I think. I really, really want to play shows. Believe me.
I do too.
It's also like trying to maybe, I want to say like delay gratification. It's like I think of it like we're buying stock in ourselves in a way. Like if you bought a stock, if you bought like Apple, like it's probably going to keep going up every year, right? Until Apple's just like totally crapping their pants.
Yeah.
And so like you could wait a year and be like, well, I made money on it. And then you go sell your stock because you made money. But then there's like a certain point where you're like, well, I mean, if I kept my money in there and then I pulled it out in 10 years, like I would have been doing really well.
Maybe. Or
Well, right.
the stock would have fucking crashed 3 years ago.
For sure.
And
But
you
like,
lost everything.
but we also have control over our stock.
Yeah.
Because like we get to do things that make it go up. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's like I would rather play a really, really cool show in,
10 years.
nah. But like I'd rather wait a while and play a really, really great show than wait a week and then play one that, neither of us are like super.
No, I agree.
stoked about.
I do agree. To an extent. I just want to play a show.
Yeah. If I can find us like the right opening, slot to like jump on, I am so down.
Like I don't want to rush it. That's not what I'm saying. But like,
Yeah, I mean,
when
I guess
we
I
can
get it.
and when it's right,
Yeah.
want to fucking do it.
Oh my god, this be so much fun.
Yes, dude.
Have y'all ever thought of compiling your songs onto CDs?
Think so. I mean, that'd be cool.
Well, it's funny. Like I used to buy CDs a lot, and that was all I really listened to, especially in high school, because I didn't have my car was too new to have like the cassette deck where I could get like the adapter that I could plug my phone into, but it was too old to have Bluetooth on it, so I couldn't pair my phone and.
You didn't have like an aux or anything?
No. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna listen to CDs. So I mean, I bought a lot of CDs. It was great, and that's also maybe that's part of why I'm like a big fan of certain records, is because I got so used to like listening to like an album all the way through versus just picking the songs I wanted.
Yeah.
So I think CDs could be cool. I think we'd need more music out to do a CD. Like I wouldn't feel very good about doing 7 songs on a CD. People do it. Sounds great. It's awesome. Good for them. But like I wouldn't probably be like, maybe that's an ego thing, but I guess I wouldn't be proud of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
Now I would put like these 2 songs on a 45.
that's just like a shorter album. Not really. I mean, what?
It's vinyl, but it's like a single.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like 45 RPM. So
I
like
did not know
the full length albums, vinyls will play at 33.
Yeah. So are we putting them on a 45?
I guess I can't promise that we are yet, because I don't know. I have to source that and figure out like, vinyl's expensive, but I feel like it's also more worth it. I just have to figure out like, is it going to make sense for us to do, or do we run a bunch of pre-sales and then buy them after? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really cool. Like that's something, if there was a band I really liked and they're like, they want to sell me a 7-inch, I want to go buy it. So yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would do. And it's like the same size as like a CD, just about. But I think it's just more interesting. It's a little more premium. Yeah. So that's kind of what I would probably want to do.
Fuck yeah. No, that would be dope.
Yeah. What was the song you most enjoyed making? Well, I guess for you, like for the 2 that we're about to put out.
Out of the 2?
Yeah.
Probably Double Five. I liked that one a lot.
Dude,
it was a lot of fun.
Well, I remember when we were doing Burnout, because we split that. We did that on 2 separate days. And I remember you came over for the last day to track your part. And we were both just like zombies because we were partying the night before.
Yes, dude. And then my car fucking...
Yeah, that's right. Like the morning of, your car like breaks down.
That was terrible.
It's like the day you're supposed to just finish recording your parts.
Oh my God. Yes, dude. It took me like fucking like 4... I don't know if it was like 4. It was a long fucking time from whenever you left her place And when I was supposed to leave her place, it took fucking forever, dude. I left my car lights on overnight, and it killed the battery. It was terrible.
And then they had like some like, I don't know, some neighborhood run or a parade or an event or something
Dude,
that was
oh
like
my God,
shut down all the
yes.
streets.
Oh.
Because otherwise you could have just run to, AutoZone and gotten a new battery and fine.
Yeah, within like 5 minutes, but no, I had to take an extra 20 minutes there and back.
Then you had to go back again because you like bought the wrong thing.
No, that is not my fault. I was like, so this is going to work for my car. I told him my model, everything. He was like, yeah, that'll work. And I took it. And then it was a wrong fucking connector, which, yeah, I guess it's my fault because, like, I'm an idiot and I don't know cars. But, like, dude, I was pissed. I was like, bro, you fucking told me. You told me this shit was going to work, all right? And it didn't. So I had to fucking take it back. Another 20 minutes there, another 20 minutes back. And, yeah, and then it worked.
Well, because they just like look up stuff and then it's like, okay, great. It's like when you go on PC Part Picker, right? Like you pick your motherboard and then you're like, oh, what do I want to get? And then, it gives you the list of things that are compatible with it. And then some of them actually aren't.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Like, I wasn't too mad at the dude, but, like, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, you came over and then like both of us are looking at each other like we're both just so hungover. And you've been running around all morning. And then you're like, I have to get this done and then go to work.
Yes, dude. Oh, my God. That was a rough day.
And yeah, I mean, you knocked it out pretty quick, especially considering like that both of us felt terrible.
Yeah, no, it actually went surprisingly well. Yeah, and I know it did everything pretty well, which was kind of dope. Thank God, because if I didn't and we had to sit there and fucking re-record shit over and over again.
I was kind of worried about that too. I'm like, am I gonna drop my standards because I just want to be done? But then I'm like, no, because then we're both gonna be mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you're gonna get to the end of it and be like, oh, I wish I could have redone this.
Still sounds like shit.
Right, yeah. And then it's gonna be out, and you're gonna be like, oh, why can't I fix those hi-hat hits or whatever?
Dude, yes. Oh my God, there was a lot of that before it got
but I also
mixed
know,
and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that cymbal hit fucks with me every single time.
But like, I also know what's gonna work. Like, I mean, there's some stuff that it's like, okay, we have to nail this on the way in, and then there's some stuff that's like, not like it's close enough, but like, I need the vibe to be there. I can't fake vibe, but like I can move a hit if I need to, but I can't make it sound like you care. You know what I mean? Like I would rather have it be a performance where it's like, oh man, maybe it's sort of held together with like duct tape, a little bit, but it's got some vibe. That's what I like. I will absolutely search for that all day long. Because otherwise, if I just wanted it to sound perfect and have no vibe, we would just put a drum machine on there.
Got a robot.
We'd get robot drums, man.
Hell yeah. Your case looks cool.
Thank you.
You can do it.
You can do it.
It's a crazy looking case.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, yeah.
No, I've just been looking at that. Got rainbow. Woo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anyways, all right, continue. I just got distracted, shiny object.
It's that ADHD, bro.
It's the autism.
That's the autism. Yeah. But yeah, so the song that I probably enjoyed making the most, I think Double Five was maybe the most rewarding because that had taken so many kind of iterations and it took so many, like, we had to do so many passes just on between writing and arranging. There's a movie, If I Stay. It's got like Chloe Grace Moretz in it, and it's a really good movie. In the movie, she's dating this guy that's like in a band, and she goes to see their show or whatever. And they have a song in there that's kind of like a Joan Jett ripoff song. It's actually a pretty cool song. And I was listening to that going, well, I kind of want one that does what that's doing a little bit, but how would I do that? I mean, we named it Double Five because I was talking to one of my buddies at the time that played guitar, and he tinted windows. That was like his day job. And he talked about like, oh, this guy really, this customer pissed me off at work today. I'm just going to put Double Five on his car, which is just like limo tint. So he'd just get like a ticket for it, you know? So he's like, oh, I'm just going to put Double Five on this dude's car. I'm like, oh, what's that? So he tells me it's like double 5% tint.
Cool.
And I told him, I was like, wow, that's kind of a cool name for a song. That'd be kind of fun. And he just goes, I'm calling it. Next Top Line Addicts hit, Double Five.
He was right.
He was right.
Well, hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll just
Maybe.
like, can we just time capsule this part? You know?
He could have been right.
That did, yeah. It's honestly probably going to be even funnier if we're wrong.
Dude, it would be really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Well, it would be so funny. I mean, like, oh, that would kind of suck, too.
That happened with Foo Fighters a little bit. They did album In Your Honor. It's the one that has Best of You on it. And there's some really, really great tracks on that. But they thought the hits were going to be like DOA or No Way Back. They like turned their album in and their manager's like, hey, didn't you guys have a song that like you say like Best of You 200 times? And you know, they were like, oh, that song kind of sucks. Like we just like, I don't know. We're not really sure. We're not really feeling it. Whatever. He's like, no, dude, like go put that song on there. So sure enough, they put that song on there, and like that's the biggest song that's on that album.
Wow.
Kind of same thing with the Times Like These on the album before, where they went in there with, I mean, like All My Life was probably the biggest song on that album, but Times Like These was pretty close.
Yeah.
And that one they didn't like. That one he wrote about how crappy of a time they were having recording the album, so they didn't go into the recording process with that song, and it ended up being like one of their best songs ever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
We were talking about our songs being ass.
Yeah, exactly. Our songs are terrible. That was kind of how the song got named, and sort of the first spark of inspiration for it was that movie. And I remember kind of, I feel like I'm at a buffet a little bit when I'm writing a song, because I can just sort of go and grab from whatever thing I want. Like I can be like, ooh, I want to get a little salad on my plate. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little steak. You know, and then all right, I'm gonna get some mashed potatoes, and then I gotta leave the little partition on the plate so I can get Jell-O, but it doesn't touch the other things.
Jell-O.
I don't know. Like I feel like buffets always have Jell-O, and it's
what the
kind
fuck?
of a question. I don't know, but but I feel like that a little bit. Where okay, well if I pick all these parts that I just enjoy about 20 different songs, and again, like we were talking about before, if I just go, how do these fit together? Like if I assume that they do, even if the songs sound completely different from each other. If I just assume that it'll work, and then figure out how do I smash all these things together, and something that I think is interesting, that's kind of my process. But that took a lot of different passes, because I just kept finding more songs that I was like, ooh, it'd be kind of cool to grab like 4% of what this thing's doing here.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it kept sort of doing more shading.
That's cool.
On the song. Yeah. Like, it's so funny how important to the song the harmonies are. And we were playing that song live before we wrote harmony parts. Because we were like, that wasn't, like, we had no backup vocals in the song. We didn't even think that was going to be cool. Mm-hmm. And then we added them later, and we're like, that's the best part of the song.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's really cool how that stuff ends up. And I'm really, really proud of that being a song that, like, I think is really good and that we worked really hard on. I think I'm proud of songs when both of those things are true. Because if it's a song that a lot of people like, but we didn't really spend much time on it, then I'm not really going to dig it. And then if it's one that we spent a lot of time on, but nobody liked it,
Still not gonna dig
then
it.
I'm still not going to dig it, but
Yeah.
like, or I'm still maybe not proud of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, that's, you know, so that's probably something I'm the most proud of. Whether a bunch of people like it, I don't know, but we'll see, you know, that'll be really cool.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
How do you feel after releasing a song? Well, James,
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Never felt that before.
What do you think that's going to be like for you?
Ecstasy, instant. I don't know. Probably nothing. I probably really won't feel much, honestly.
Yeah?
I don't think so. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool. It'd be nice to like have people talk about it and like be like, oh yeah, we did this thing. But like, I don't know.
Well,
I haven't felt it. I really have no idea.
Well, I guess if people say to you now, like, "Oh, your band is really cool," or whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know they are.
Well, so but what you just said there, where you're like, "I know they are,"
Yeah.
right? Versus like, "I know we are."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always do that. Like, it's always
Yeah.
weird saying us instead of them or
So
y'all.
to me, like that's the thing that's probably going to change the most. Is
yeah,
because
yeah, I guess so.
is because when they're listening to a song that you know we released before you were in the band, of course you're
not
gonna be like,
me.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did really great
Yeah.
on this," or whatever. But now it's like, so
Yeah,
now- you
no,
know.
it'll be. Yeah, I guess that'll be really cool. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Having it actually be me, which it almost wasn't, because I sucked. But I don't now.
You no, dude, you worked your ass off.
Played a lot of drums.
Still do.
Yeah, a little bit. Every so often, I pick them up.
Oh my god. Yeah, for me, I think when we release a song, I guess I'm increasingly more nervous up until I can't touch it anymore. Like once I can no longer influence what the song's gonna sound like or when it's coming out, then I get excited. But up until then, I just get more and more and more freaked out. And it's kind of like that with shows a little bit too. Like when we play a show, I'll get so nervous and so like, I super high strung. And then the second that we start like the first chord of the first song, like all the nerves, I used to say that all the nerves go away. I don't know that they go away. I think they just transform. It's like, to me, nerves are like potential energy because there's all this energy, but like I can't do anything with it. I'm super anxious, but I can't point it. I can't aim it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then once we start the show, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I've opened up the valve. I get to just point it all at, you know, making this a really cool experience. So, and I think it's that sort of same feeling when we release a song. Because it's like, oh, I just want to do everything that I can to make it really, really good. But then once there's absolutely nothing I can do anymore, it's just exciting because I'm like, okay, we've stamped it. It's, you know, signed, dated, done. This is just now a time capsule of what we sounded like at this time. Like that's kind of how I look at it. And something that's not to say like it's never worth re-recording a song because it certainly is. I would rather there be a reason for it, but in terms of like how it feels after releasing, there is like a cool, like a relief, like if someone's ever like popped your back, like that's what on release day, it's like that. And then it flips into like excitement because I'm like, oh, this is great. It's finally here. It's been in our heads forever. And now we get to go share it with people.
Put it in other people's heads.
Put it in other people's heads. Yeah. It's like Inception, you know?
Or sex.
What?
What? Putting it in other people's heads. Well, I guess oral sex. That's probably more. Anyways. Sorry. My bad. Intrusive thoughts. You know how it is.
Oh,
Anyways.
my God.
Next question.
I was going to say, I swear to God. I know there's more. Can't end it there.
God.
Would y'all ever try out a different genre? If so, which one? Or a cover. Well, it's a cover of one of our songs, but in a different. So, like, basically, would we ever like play one of our songs in kind of a different style? Or would we ever want to do like a different genre?
That would be cool. I don't know what genre though. I don't know what would fit. That'd be cool though.
If you say folk music with chorus pedals, I'm firing you right now.
I had this idea of we would get chorus pedals and try some folk music.
Yeah, and I had this new idea of getting a new fucking drummer.
Good luck finding someone as autistic as I am.
It's fucking impossible, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be down. That'd be fucking sick though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard for me to think about what like other genres I would do. Or I guess like if we had like a side project band, like if we had like Green Day did this, right? They had The Network. I don't know if you remember.
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, so The Network is really cool. It's like this new wave sort of like kind of punk band. And it's they all wear like masks, and they have another side project band called the Foxborough Hot Tubs.
Wow.
Which is also a really cool band name. But yeah, it's like they get to do a bunch of like all the stuff that doesn't really sound like a Green Day song. They kind of just get to do in these other projects.
That's cool. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I think you kind of need that a little bit. But I'm curious. I think that probably happens more out of we wrote a song that didn't fit, so let's make up something else where it does fit, instead of like the reverse. I don't think they're coming up with a concept and then writing songs that fit that.
Yeah.
I think they just write songs that don't fit and then go, okay, well, let's throw it over here, I mean, I would kind of do like, this maybe isn't like band stuff because there's not that many guitars in it, but I would do like crooner tunes or like old jazz stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Sinatra fan, and I like, I like Bing Crosby, and
That would be cool.
yeah, and of course like the Rat Pack. So you got like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Like that's big fan.
That would be cool. Shit.
Yeah, and then even now it's like you get Michael Bublé.
The Bublé.
We were listening to that Michael Bublé song the other day. Cry Me a River. I'm like, dude, like that would kill if we did that live, but like we can't. Like there's no guitar on that really. Like we're not, But like that's kind of what I would do, or anything that sounds like it could be in like a James Bond movie.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
That'd be dope.
It's a little too dark for us, but maybe not. I don't know. There's no rules. We can make shit up. But so for me, that's probably what I would want to do.
That'd be cool. Shit. Yeah. I still think the folk with chorus pedals would be way better.
Hate you. Oh my God. Sinking in my chair. There's just no way. Awesome.
Make sure you leave this in. It's necessary.
Never.
The silence.
Never.